Most gardeners are taught that healthy plants depend on bags, bottles, and branded nutrients. Every season brings a new product promising bigger harvests and faster growth, yet the most powerful soil booster doesn't come from a store at all. It comes from plants already growing around you, often the ones you pull out and toss aside. When those plants are transformed into a simple extract, they become a complete living fertilizer that feeds soil, roots, and microbes all at once. This method isn't new, and it isn't complicated. Farmers and gardeners have used plant extracts for generations to return nutrients to the soil in a form plants actually recognize. Unlike synthetic fertilizers that force growth, plant extracts activate biology. They strengthen soil life so plants can feed themselves naturally, steadily, and without stress. Plants don't eat fertilizer the way labels suggest. They absorb nutrients through complex exchanges with microbes in the soil. When synthetic fertilizer is added, it bypasses this system and floods the soil with soluble salts. Growth looks impressive at first, but roots weaken, microbes decline, and soil structure collapses over time. Plant extracts work differently. When plants are fermented or steeped in water, their nutrients remain bound to organic compounds. Nitrogen, potassium, calcium, magnesium, and trace minerals stay in plant-available forms that microbes and roots can absorb safely. Instead of shocking the soil, extracts encourage a slow, balanced release of nutrients. So, the real power actually comes from the biological compounds that plants contain. Growth hormones, enzymes, organic acids, and microbial food sources all end up in the extract. These compounds, stimulate root development, improve nutrient uptake, and increase plant resilience. That's really why gardens fed with plant extracts often show stronger stems, deeper roots, and better flowering, rather than just fast leaf growth. The best plants for extracts are honestly fast-growing and mineral-rich. Nettles are one of the most complete options, loaded with nitrogen, iron, and trace elements. Comfrey is famous for potassium and calcium, making it ideal for fruiting and flowering plants. Lamb's quarters, chickweed, dandelion leaves, and even fresh grass clippings also work extremely well. A mixed extract quite often performs better than a single plant brew. Combining leafy greens with tougher mineral accumulators creates a balanced fertilizer that supports all stages of growth. It's best to avoid woody stems or dry material. Fresh, green plants ferment more effectively and, release nutrients faster. To make a basic plant extract, start with a large bucket or barrel. Fill it about halfway with chopped fresh plant material. Cutting or tearing the plants increases surface area and, speeds extraction. Add water until the plants are fully submerged, but make sure to leave a few inches of space at the top. Use non-chlorinated water if possible. Chlorine suppresses microbial activity, which is honestly essential for a living extract. If tap water is your only option, let it sit uncovered for 24 hours before use. Cover the container loosely so gases can escape. The extract needs oxygen exchange but should be protected from insects. Stir once a day. Within a few days, fermentation begins. Bubbles form, the liquid darkens, and the smell becomes strong and earthy. This is normal and expected. After 7 to 14 days, depending on temperature, the extract is ready. The plant matter will collapse, and the liquid will turn deep brown or black. Strain out the solids and return them to compost or, bury them in the garden. What remains is a concentrated soil booster. So, this extract is powerful and, it really must be diluted. A general dilution ratio is 1 part extract to 10 parts water for established plants. For young plants or sensitive crops, you should use 1 part to 15 or even 20. Remember, stronger is not better here. Overconcentration can actually overwhelm roots and microbes. So, you'll want to apply the diluted extract directly to the soil around your plants, not on the leaves. Soil application, feeds the microbes first, which then in turn feed your plants. This approach creates longer-lasting results and helps you avoid things like leaf burn or any sticky residue. It's best to apply in the early morning or late afternoon when soil life is most active and the temperatures are mild. You should use the extract every 2 to 3 weeks while your plants are actively growing. And for flowering or fruiting plants, extracts that are rich in potassium, like comfrey-based brews, can be applied just a bit more often. The first thing you'll probably notice is the change in your soil's smell and texture. It starts to smell sweet and earthy instead of sour or kind of lifeless. The soil becomes looser and a lot easier to work as microbial activity picks up, water infiltration improves, and your beds dry out more evenly. Plant growth becomes steadier, not just a quick burst and then nothing. Leaves thicken, stems get stronger, and roots really expand. Flowering often improves because your plants get nutrients consistently, rather than in big, unpredictable spikes. And you'll usually see pests and diseases decrease as plant immune systems get stronger. Over time, you'll find that the need for any fertilizer drops dramatically. The soil actually begins to supply its own nutrients as organic matter breaks down faster, and those microbial networks really expand. The garden starts to become self-supporting, instead of always needing something added in. This extract, honestly, costs nothing, uses materials you already have, and improves your soil with every single application. It doesn't deplete resources or harm the soil biology. Instead, it rebuilds the natural system that feeds your plants. Once you see just how effective a simple plant extract can be, buying fertilizer really starts to feel unnecessary. The soil does the work, the plants respond, and the garden gets healthier every season, not just greener for a few weeks.